Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me. I'm here. So, I'm just gonna try to keep it nice and relaxing for me personally because it's like a bit in the evening. Um, I also have to work tomorrow, so I don't want to get really overly worked up and then not be able to go to sleep by the time that I need to. Of course, that being said, I'm also here saying that I'm also sipping on coffee. That's like seven, like no, it's almost 7. It's like 6:36. It's like 20 minutes away. It's not that far away, in all honesty. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of streaming. I haven't really done any streaming in a hot minute, probably a couple weeks or so. So I wanted to just do a little bit of, a little bit of live action. Why not? So I'm largely just gonna keep it um, down tune, not really do much in terms of energy, but I will be trying to work on character design as well as some texture work because I've had an idea for a project probably for like the longest time that I've kind of always wanted to do, but I've never really gotten around to it for reasons for one or another. So for the time being, I will get started on that. But okay, let me pull this down. There we go. All right, so which one was it? Console capture. That's the one. So I was wanting to, for the longest time, do some character work for uh, what's it now? I wanted to do a animation or something along the lines, some kind of tribute to Yume Nikki for the hot minute, because it's a very, it's just such a very interesting game, I think. And just the other night, hey Crystal Claude, just the other night I was over at my friend's apartment because he was celebrating his birthday, and I bought him dinner and brought him his presents, and we just sort of hung out and we watched Spirited Away, and that movie really inspired me to kind of boot this back up and maybe try to put my hands on sort of a dreamlike experience because I quite like surreal and dreamlike imagery. However, I've yet to uh, try my hand again at animation. Hey, Dot Slash, how's it going? Ooh, excuse me. My throat still kind of hurts from yesterday as well. So, yesterday, as I said, I bought my friend's dinner. We bought Mexican El Bronco here off of Myers, like right off the side. Um, like, there's like a big family of Mexican chain restaurants that are all owned, I think, by the same family, and um, they're all throughout Richmond, and um, uh, so he ordered a big ass meal because he had homies in his apartment as well, so I wanted to pick up for them, and the orders always come with chips because they're complimentary with whatever you order. Um, Long story short, when I was eating my salsa and chips, a fucking piece of tortilla wedged itself in my throat for like 5 minutes, and that was not a fun experience. I wasn't choking, like it made it past my larynx, so it wasn't like hard to breathe or anything. It was just like stuck somewhere down in my esophagus. And that sucked for about 5 minutes until I managed to dislodge it with some water. All right, so I've been going on a fucking tangent about why my throat hurts. So I'm going to now actually begin to kind of go over what I'm about to be doing. So, uh, this was kind of just like a sort of block out for this character's eyes. These are not in the sort of way that I want them to be. So uh, this is just kind of straight on the texture for this character, which first of all, I, I think I want to flip this character's UV map around. Hold on. There we go. And we'll just pin that in place so that way it'll stay upright for the time being. But what I need to be doing is I'm going to be setting up my 2D facial system, as well as also probably adding in my own little extra bit for adding mouth textures. There we go. So, yeah, this character, I need to be able to control her facial expressions on her actual, face. And I'm not going to be using a... excuse me. Oh, ow, my throat. I'm not going to be using any, what's it now? I'm not going to be using, like, a 3D eye with eyebrows and all that stuff. It's going to be drawn straight on the character because I don't want to fuck around with, like, actual moving parts. I just want to have it straight on the face, and then we can worry about it later. So to do that, I am going to use the thing that I made for my tutorial all those while back. I started it a month and a half ago, but it should be able to access it here. So here it is. I don't know right off which one it is. So, well, if I just throw this on here, if I grab it, there it is. So there we go. We can just add it straight there. Let's grab all that and get rid of it. Let's hide that, move that there. We have our rig going there. Good, /. Good for you. We'll add this 2D facial node, and that came with its own rig, which is interesting because we do not need that. I'm gonna slap that in there, and we will get working on using this. Actually, hold on. When I added that, did that add? Do these have custom properties? They do, actually. Well then, if that's the case, fuck this. I'm just gonna keep using I'm gonna use the rig that came with the custom, well, that, I imagine, if I go in here, let's add a new image, set this to a custom an image sequence. If that's the pupils, I don't want that. There, that's the eye. Yeah. Alright, check that out. It came with the rig and everything. However, it did not come with the custom bone properties, which are annoying. Which I can get around that. That's fine. So viewport display. Yeah, all of those do not exist anymore, so we should be able to do this. So is that? Yeah. So that's that. Crap, that was the wrong one. We need that to be the pupil state. There we go. This one will be the outline. There's an easy way to copy. Bone shape, there you go. Alright, so this one is the UV pupil eye shape. Yeah, that's the one. And this is the UV master. I think it's eye bounds. Yep. UV pupil base. That's the one that. Okay. I believe that's the label. Yeah, there we go. And then the transform, it just needs to be the rotator. Not that one. That's a different one. 2D. I don't know which one that is. Outline, pupil, finger. I doubt it's this one. No. Where would it be? Where would it be? IK shape, hand, spine, finger. I mean, that one would technically work. It ain't like that matters too much. Okay, bound, shape, label, outline, pupil, finger. Pupil scale, there it is. Found it. Okay. Alright, so we didn't really have to even worry about setting up the drivers for this, because they're already there. However, we will need to refactor the delta variable, so we need to copy that as a driver. Or is it? No, Control-Shift-C. I think that would be the... Actually, I don't even need to do that. Go in here. And it looks like... Text bound, step, offset, reverse. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we just need to set the scene to this one. There we go. Ah, so easy. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to... Let's save this as I.L, because that's what it is. People.L. What's Madotsuki? Okay, this is gonna be a long dive into like internet history. Okay, so back in the early 2000s, I want to say, there was okay, before I talk about the thing, a long time ago there was this thing called RPG Maker. It's still around technically, but technically it is around. And basically what it is it's basically a game making software for specifically like JRPG style games. And in the early 2000s, this developer named Kikiyama, who is anonymous, made this game called Yume Nikki, and it is it's a top-down dream exploration game. Yume Nikki is actually Japanese for Dream Diary, and the main character in that game is named Madotsuki, and I believe I can't remember if what Madotsuki translates to. I'm curious now. We're gonna pull this up. Okay. I'm not sure if it means or translates to anything. I want to say it translates to like window or something like that. Yeah, lit windowed or something along those lines. So basically, the intention behind the name, I'm thinking, is basically like you are peering into this person's life through like a window. That's kind of the interpretation, as I understand it, behind the name. But that's the main character, and you basically, the main thing is she's a shut-in. She doesn't go outside. The only two places you can go in the real world are her living room, which is just like a bed, like a TV with a Famicom, and some small knickknacks lying around you can't really do anything with, and then the balcony, which you get kind of like a view of the city. That's basically it. But in the dream world, there's a fuckload of different places that you can go. You can go to like a forest area, ancient ruins, these black and white areas, and they also have elements of horror in them because there's like fucking cut off limbs and fucking like bleeding eyes in certain areas. So it's a pretty it's kind of epic. It's kind of it was a really cool like indie like exploration game, and it's pretty famous if you haven't heard of it, Nick. It's very nice. I quite enjoy it. Okay, we're going to set all of these up. So these now all should behave correctly. They all are set up to be image sequence nodes. So now what I need to do is I need to go in and these need to be saved because these haven't been generated. Hold on. Well, it's because they don't exist. Okay, so what I would have to do is I would have to go in to textures and then iStates, and then we would do like that's what we would need to look for, but that doesn't exist. So I need to make that. let's go back. I need to set this up also because I have not done anything for this character's face. Let's, you know what? Let's change these back. We'll set this to just a single image. We're not really losing anything by doing this, so we'll just do that. Set these back to single images. And actually, I have to set them to generated, don't I? Yeah, that would allow me to save them. So we'll just save this as... You know what? Let's do Mado. Oh, it didn't want to save it. It saved it as 001. Why did it do that? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hey, fuck. There we go. So now, what we need to do now is basically we need to... Alright, we're going to need to figure out what kind of resolution we want for this character's texture. Also, we need to actually plug it in first. Yeah, there's a lot of missing textures here, so... Now, also, it doesn't have any UV maps, so we need to set that up. So we have I.L UV map, which we will do now. Okay, this, you know, I'll say this as base. This is the base texture map. And I'll need to remember when I actually make this character which UV map I'm using, otherwise I'm gonna make a big fucking mess. Alright, so this is I.L. I should remedy that. And work with this. I need to take probably this area here. Beans, this character's mirrored. Well, I can work with that for now. I can make the left side, and whenever I need to do the right side, it'll always be there. That'll be fine. Okay. So we'll take this into the UV editor. Unwrap that. And which way is it? I think that way. This is, I think... Yeah, that has to be it. Okay, we'll pack it in. Do that. There we go. And then we'll basically do the same thing. We'll have I.L selected, copy it, and then we'll name it pupil.L. And then while we're here, we can just make a copy of these. This would be I.R and pupil.R. There we go. That's what's going on there. And okay, so that will be that. And we also need to save the texture for the pupil.L, which doesn't exist. So I need to set that to generated. Save that as a new texture, which would be pupil states. And then we'll do Mado pupil 0000. There we go. There's that. And okay. And basically this will utilize the exact same texture. This will be that. There we go. Oh, it's gonna be a twat, isn't it? Okay. Alright, so apparently when I tried to set that to use the same texture, it didn't like that. So now I have to go in and delete this one and rename this one. There we go. Okay. And then we'll have to do the same with this one. this to generated. Save as... Oh, wait. I don't need to do that. I'm doing it wrong. Just open up, or actually, would it be this? It would be single image, and then set the texture to this one. And that would allow me to keep that. Yes, okay. So there's a little bit more we need to do. So with the UV maps here, this is what we made. This is what we isolated. This is like, oh yeah, this is the area where the character's eyes are going to sit on their face. Well, the UV maps of everything else still exists on the UV space. So we have to scale that down and just get rid of it like that. The same thing applies over here. So I did that on that. I also have to do that over here. There we go. There we go. All right. So now it's just like a black hole, fucking creepypasta looking thing. All right. Of course, what I could do to remedy that is I could go into here and just set this to erase alpha. We can just go through all of these. Let's clear it out like this. There we go. So now nothing exists here anymore, and it's just empty. Let's go through to here and delete that, because that shouldn't exist anymore. Those are all good. All right. Oh yeah, Happy Easter. Yeah, we didn't really celebrate Easter this time around. There's not really much to celebrate in our family, so meh. Oh well, I did go out. I got groceries. Aldi's was closed for obvious reasons, but Walmart wasn't. So we went down there and I picked up some groceries, some basic commodities. All right, so all that's set up and that's good. I should be able to, if I went into texture painting, into the 3D viewport, since, okay, I have to make sure we're using the right tool on the right area, so we would be using the left eye on the left eye UV map. There we go. There we go. We can just draw on it like there, and it mirrors over to that side just fine. Yeah. Good. Alright. Making sure OBS is working just fine and dandy. We're gonna minimize that. And I'm going to make a new window. Put that over here. Yeah. There we go. Set this up over here. And then I would have to go onto the Wacom capture. There you go. Hopefully it doesn't break things. Now I don't know, because I basically just made the texture. I didn't do anything else with it. I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do in terms of something. Let's unplug that. Wait, wrong unplug. Unplug that. Plug that in there. Plug that in there. And that should make that. Oh. Unplug that. Yeah. So that should work. And it's set to multiply. Actually, hold on. I don't need to do that. That can go in there. Wait. No, that goes there. Okay. Ah, hey, thanks, Nick. Oh, you don't have to subscribe. Burgers. Thank you. Okay. So this is just the UV checker. We'll pop that in there, and then that could just go into. Honestly, this could just go into the output down there. That's where that can go. what texture resolution do I want this to be? We can do 64. Or, whatever double that is. 128? I'm sure 128 would be more than enough. Okay, let's set this to a low resolution, 240. Or wait. That would be the top resolution. Yeah, fuck it, just use it like that. Set the film to that. There we go. So from this angle, from this distance, what would this look like? Okay, I think that's probably more than what would be needed. Let's set it to 64. Yeah. I like to, for my renders, I want to keep them low resolution in terms of how they output. I'll just upscale them when I'm done. So it would, in the end, be full screen. I want to kind of commit to that kind of low quality pixelated look. At least that's how I want to look at it anyway. All right, so we're gonna go back to this. How do I? Would it be shooting? No. We have to go. I'll just go to the. Oh, I'm indecisive. Ow. Image editor. So I.L. Yeah, just save it. That's what it needs to be. Image. We're going to resize it down to 64. There we go. And then we can just save that again. And then because all it is a fucking transparent image, we're gonna save it over there as well. That way they're the exact same resolution. Anyway, cool. All right, let's go back to the shading editor. We can just replug that into that, and that's basically the end of it. We can just get rid of that. And I should be able to just texture paint. Oh, this entire time I've had it on the wrong fucking display. God damn it. Fuck! Ugh. Man, I hate when I do that. I do it so fucking often. That's a pretty cool emote you got there. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really do anything particularly important. All I did was just like resize the images. So, on my Wacom tablet now, I'll be able to display it. Of course, when I'm actually on the Wacom, it doesn't like to work and show it. So, let's actually bring this out. We got tool settings and all of that. And this is going to be a pain in the ass, because, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll push this back. Fuck. I just dropped my fucking webcam. That's cool. Oh, dear. So, alright. I want to show visually how this looks right now, so. I have my fucking on my camera. There we go. Alright, so normally I have my Wacom tablet off to the side, like right here, like right next to my monitor right there. But as you can see, I actually have it now right in front of my keyboard, in front of my actual monitor, because I don't have any way to like talk into the microphone when I'm over here drawing. Like, I've done that so many times where I'm like, time to go texture paint. Oh, yeah, this sounds really good when I'm over here, not in the fucking microphone like a fucking idiot. Ugh. Ridiculous. Alright, whoop, my bad. There we go. There we go. Struggling to get my cursor. My mouse. Fuck, what? pen. I was struggling to get my pen out of my tablet. And I forget how my thing even works. Okay. There we go. God, how am I gonna manage this? I gotta bring my keyboard. Ow. Should I leave my camera on, by the way? Like, I have no fucking clue if I should or not. There we go. Okay, let's make this easier on myself, and I can bring my fucking... There we go. Front wireframe so I can actually see the outline of the character. And yeah, it's... Okay, so to make this work, so I can draw. Good. Okay, so I said like yesterday, I'd watched Spirited Away, and that was a pretty good anime. Why the fuck is my mouse not working? Mouse, please, why? Okay. For some reason it seems my cat has decided it wanted to come and hang out at the window now. Oh, I bet it wants fresh air. Hold on, I'll open up the window. It is honestly kind of a nightmare navigating my PC at times. There we go. What are you doing, cat? Come here. She does not want to be in my lap right now. See her though. What are you doing, Munchie? Going to play. Boy got hitched on something. Holy shit, Muskboy, you've been subscribed for 9 months? That's wild. Holy shit. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Alright. Back to console capture. You love me. Aww. I appreciate that so much. Okay. So as I was saying, I was inspired the other day from when I was watching Spirited Away. Oh god, fuck ass! Ugh, please. Oh, there's wires everywhere. God. There's just a fucking scramble of shit everywhere. I'm so sorry. Yeah, speaking of Spirited Away, where the fuck was it? Yeah, I wanted to replicate some stuff from, let's see here. I basically wanted to take how the character looked, Chihiro. I wanted to kind of take reference from her in terms of her facial structure as well as her eyes and whatnot. Yeah. So, her eyes are actually pretty small and her nose is really flat, which is interesting. Alright. Let's put this over here. Let's not block the text chat. I appreciate that. There we go.
Your taxes, they are due in 9 days.
I know, I haven't touched them yet. I need to. Okay. Go back and turn on the Wacom capture. And then bring this back. Pain in the ass to navigate. Like, for some reason, like, I'm trying to go down to the second monitor. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Like, it does not want to go down. Like, I wish just going down in general from any of these monitors would take me there, but I have to, like I have to go, like, right. In the ass. Oh, well. Okay, so. Hero. Oh, God, everything's flashing. Please stop. Okay. Okay, you can see things now. Good, so. Her eyes would probably be about right here. Okay. If you try that game that does your taxes, is there a game that does your taxes? That sounds like oh, I know why that's doing that. Hold on, that needs to be remedied. Alright, let's turn that on. Tax Heaven 3000. I can't say I have, no. Okay, so I'm a dummy, and what I need to do is I need to save. Alright, pupil.l, that needs to be saved as a white texture. Oh dear. This is pupil.l, swap this to paint, fill it with white. So, oh wait, that's the specific brush I want. There we go. Like, does it actually do your taxes? There we go. That's good. Swap this back to the Wacom view. Now we're in texture paint mode. It actually does your taxes. That's interesting. Oh, whoops. Oh, hold on. This also needs to be resized. Resize that down to 64. Although the disclaimer reads, Tax Heaven 3000 is designed to prepare 2022 U.S. federal income tax returns for single filers without dependents. Tax Heaven 3000 does not support all tax situations and may not check for all possible deductions and credits that would apply for individual tax situations. Tax Heaven 3000 is intended for filler with simple W-2 income, does not support amended or late tax returns, and does not support state returns. Okay. Okay, view, tool. Right, we need to be on I.L. Come on, get me down there. We're on the I.L. UV map as well as I.L texture. So we're good. We can just save that image. Multiple images cannot be saved as the identical. Oh, cool. And the Wacom display fucked up. Great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really I'm not gonna fuck around too much with that in terms of taxes. I'll probably just do turbo taxes like I normally would. Oopsies. Alright, and then actually, I might wanna erase that. I wanna fade that out just a little bit. There we go. Oh, now. Don't shake the screen, please. It's probably not erasing properly because of my my brush setting. Okay, let's maybe add. Oh, now. Set that to darken. There we go. So no matter what, it'll never go darker than what I have it set to right now. Blend that area in there. I think the eye shape is looking a little bit wrong. Is it relaxing to paint a finished model? I would say so, yeah. As of right now, I wouldn't say the model is complete. However, it is, I would say, relaxing. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of desired effect at the end of the day. This kind of feeling. Oh, I feel her eyes maybe a little bit. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not gonna provide much. Daddy. Now hold up. Now hold up a minute. It's a little much. Okay, I think that's a bit better. Get that up. There we go. that she's going to need some eyebrows. So. I don't think I want it to be that color, though. Probably want it to be maybe something akin to or close to this color if it will allow me. I don't think it will. At least not without a fight. Oh, please just let me move my cursor. Please. Oh. Thank you, Carlos Rodriguez, for subscribing to my YouTube. I kind of doubt you're watching me, but hey, we'll probably figure that out come you watching the VOD if you're watching it. Oh, and speaking of following, thanks, Steam Bud. Steam Bub. Thank you. Okay, we'll copy the colors that way, and then we'll lower the value, maybe the saturation as well. Your mic is lower than the music. I'm also kind of talking rather quietly. I can reduce the I can reduce the music if I need to. Is that better? The mic is low. I mean, maybe I can. Maybe this is a gain increase. Maybe is that better? Your PS1 Blender videos are awesome. Subs to your YouTube also. Oh, thank you. Hello. Chi. Indeed. A lot better. Cool. No homo, never thought you were so handsome. I get that a lot. It's very flattering, but also very strange, because I was a very fat kid in high school. Look, I have war scars with Krispy Kreme, and I have them. I fucked that joke up. God damn it. I had war with Krispy Kreme as a kid, and I have war scars to prove it. That's how it's supposed to go. You do look cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very flattering. Okay, I think I want to do a little bit of shading on the underside of her nose. You would be more sexy as a wizard lizard kobold. And okay, let's set that to that. And let's do multiply, and I think I could just do a little bit under her nose. Nope, not without the correct UV map selected. No, and not that. No, maybe if I lower the saturation a touch. What add-ons are a must-have for you when you made this model? When I made this model? I'm not done making the model. I mean, there are some add-ons that I have that I can go through if you want me to. Let me turn off the Wacom Capture tab. Let's so you can get an idea. So let me go to my preferences. I'll just go through the add-ons I have to see what I have that I actually use on a regular basis. All right, extra objects. I don't really use that. Sapling. All right, so things I don't use. Extra objects, sapling tree generation, bolt factory, extra objects. Actually, maybe a little bit of extra objects. Blender Dynamic Pro. That one I don't remember what I do. I saw in some of your vids that you used Unity. Have you messed with Godot engine at all? I I don't remember messing with Unity. Oh yeah, that one game jam. Yeah, I was making assets for a game jam that someone let me in. Yeah, Pose Library. Pose Library's fucking. If you didn't watch my fucking recent video, that's the entire reason why I have an asset library. I've not really messed with game engines all that much. Dynamic parenting, haven't used that one. Pose library, that's important. Wiggle Bones is important. Simple Cage, haven't used it. There's, you know what? I think it was a bad idea to bring these up to fucking to talk about these. FBX format, that's important for game assets. This one's important for exporting UV maps. I don't remember what that is. Copy attributes menu, that's important. Layer painter, I don't remember. F2, I think that's important. Loop tools, probably important. Cell fracture, kind of has its uses. Bone manager, that's important. Space switcher, that's kind of important. It has some features that UV squares, that's broken. Magic UV, I don't really use. Action recorder, that was nice for a time. Bligify is fucking awesome because it allows me to render things out as a GIF, and that's fantastic because Blender does not support GIFs. It works. It just works. I don't know why, but it just works. That was an ungodly awful segment. I'm sorry. The fucking add-ons were such a nightmare. Bligify is so good. I love Bligify. Okay, I think the eye shapes here look pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now we need to make. Okay, we need to make a pupil for this character so that way it sits in the eye. Yeah, let's save that. Pull this up, and pupil.r is not doing anything. Let's remedy that. Refresh. You piece of shit. It's not doing a damn thing. Okay. Yeah, I didn't save it at all. That's nice. Fuck. Okay. Okay, that's saved. But will this load? Ah! Cool. Resize this to 64. There we go. Save that. That's good. Now let's edit this externally. Will it load? That is the question. I do not know. There we go. Wacom display. Of course. Fuck that up again. Okay, so Human Primitive is an add-on. You should look at it. It's a base mesh adder, free for. Maybe I might look into it. I prefer doing everything by myself because I'm a stubborn twat. Oh, my hair's getting in my way. There we go. Might be getting dark soon. There we go. Drop my pen. Okay, so I need guides in the very center of this, so that would be what, 32 at 32? That's the wrong thing. There. Okay. So I'm just going to. Let's see here now. Just like a circle. Also, what's going on here? There's things happening. Media notifications. Okay, if you're still here, Nick, I've not seen hot wings. If you're talking about hot ones, that would be interesting. I quite like me spicy foods, but I am unfamiliar. Okay. All right. All I need to do is I kind of just. That is what you meant. Okay, so you want me to do a tutorial based on hot ones? Honestly, I'd love to do a fucking like spicy bit. If in some fucking random capacity I could make it on that show to eat hot sauce and get interviewed, that would be fucking awesome. Okay, I think Madotsuki's eyes should be like a brown color, some kind of maybe hazel. Not too bright, like maybe that. There we go. That's a good starting point. Just let's. Oh, it's set to addition. Well, that's not gonna help. There we go. Set like that. But does this work with my Wacom? 1 second. Okay, draws. I think what it is it doesn't have pen sensitivity. I think that's what the problem is. Then I can't do certain things. Okay, well, we'll set this to... You know what, no. We'll make a new layer. Okay, we'll call that base layer. We're even going to save this. Save as... Metapupil. There we go. Don't know if at any other point we'll like decide to not use this shape, because we could always change shapes for whatever reason we needed to. I could think of a couple, but that would... No. Yeah, well... I'm thinking too hard. I'm thinking too hard about it. Okay, so we're going to make a new texture. This is going to be transparent. We're going to set it to multiply. Also, for some reason, it has it saved as road. You know what? Ah, God damn it. There we go. For some reason, the default for the layer was always set to road. Must have been some old thing that I did and it never reverted. There we go, set that to multiply. And I should be able to just... What would be best here? Because I feel it should be darker around those corners. You know what? I got an idea. What if I instead did a radial gradient? Would I be able to affect... modify active gradient? Yes, I would like to be able to do that. Okay, that's what that is. I don't want that. I don't want square. I want radial. That would be it. Flip those. Actually, that wouldn't do the thing I want it to do either. So yeah, we flip that back. Yeah, that's what I would like it to do. Of course, the problem is we need to mask this because it's only affecting... You know what, here. Take this. Color to alpha. There we go. And then we need to do an alpha thresh. How do I do it? Yeah. I got it. Just duplicate this a couple times. And then just merge them down. There you go. Problem solved. And it already kind of has a darkened layer around the outside edges of it, which is nice. And then all I need to do is I need to make that into a selection. Is this model a commission? A commission? No, it is not. This is just a passion project. Although that being said, I have like 3 commissions I haven't touched. Well, I touched one for about a while, but then he's like, I gotta wait till April to pay you. Can you please make a game for me? I'm like, oh man, that's a heavy ask, man. Yeah. So that's been a thing. I need to get back with him on doing his stuff. You can wait until April to get your model. Yeah. It's been an interesting thing. Okay, set that. There we go. So now that should work, and I should be able to do the gradient like I wanted to, and I could. Yeah, look at that. Instant mode. No, I don't want it instant. I want to be able to manipulate it. There we go. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. I want to be able to manipulate this little... You fuck. Okay, so it's set to linear, which I don't want it to be. I would like to fucking edit it. Oh! You fucker. You absolute shit. Shave radial. Bruh. Oh, there it goes. Now I can fuck with it. Cool. But it's April right now. He wanted to wait until April 1st, because that's when he said he got paid. Yeah. I haven't really messed with it. I've posted the model on my Twitter, actually, but I haven't really texture painted it because there's a lot going on with it. It's a more realistic style, so I have to get really painterly with it and do the eyes really nice and good. Okay, there's that. If I can get the cursor down. Oh, fuck. Pissing me off. Fucker. There. Alright, apply. There we go. Is the human with yellow glasses? Yeah, yeah. As Spirited Away is the only movie from Studio Ghibli that I have seen that I cannot make an argument either way. Your 2D is really good too. Well, thank you. I do not have any concession that I can draw in any capacity, but I appreciate it. I do not pride myself on my 2D art. You fucker, get in the folder. Thank you. Okay, then we're gonna do one more layer. There we go. Then we're gonna set this to multiply. There we go. I should be able to set it like that. I did not think that through. Oh, it would be like that. That's what it would be. Oh. Well, that's not what I want either. There we go. I'm better off just using a fucking paintbrush. I find Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke very meh. Something about the pacing doesn't click with me. I think the way that I feel about Spirited Away and well, I can only talk about Spirited Away because it's the only one I've seen. The way that I feel about the movie is that what? I guess that is black. Just the angle is making it weird. What I say about Spirited Away is that it felt more like a movie where the plot wasn't necessarily the full focus, as opposed to just exploring the world that she's trapped in. I felt that was more the focus. Okay, let's turn this brush down. Lower the opacity. There's a lot in art to appreciate, even if the movie is not making sense. Yeah, because there are elements to that movie where it kind of doesn't really make sense, because there are elements that just kind of seem to happen and don't really lend themselves to like a traditional storytelling with her and Haku and stuff like that. And No Face kind of just randomly No Face was just kind of there, and he kind of lended to some antagonism with the bathhouse and all that, but he doesn't really do anything. Does your drawing tablet have a screen? Yes, it does, actually. It is a Wacom Cintiq. It is quite nice. All right. Let's do that on a separate layer. That would make that easier. Multiply. There we go. Let's increase the opacity. Will this erase? It will not. Okay. Would you recommend getting a tablet with a screen? It depends on how often you draw and how much you think you'll use it. I've wound up using it quite a lot, so I feel justified in my purchase of it. However, if I did not use it so much, I definitely would feel that it was not worth it. As perhaps little helpful as that is. If you're already getting an income from art, yes, and it's probably a good way to see about it. Although the way that I would justify it is that it's a tool that provides a function, whereas Adobe is a fucking cunt and is a siphon to artists and professionals everywhere. Fuck them to hell. They can kiss my ass. I do not like Adobe in any capacity. They suck shit. I like the direct precision of it. It has helped me a lot. Yeah, I quite agree. I've had a chip on my shoulder for Adobe ever since when I was a kid. I wanted to get Adobe Flash, and it used to be a pay thing. You could pay for it, and you would have it. But then they made it into a subscription, and as a kid who doesn't have money, you can't pay for it. You don't have a way to pay for it. Yeah, now it's $10 a month. I don't have money as a kid. It doesn't matter if it's $10 a month. If I could have just dropped $100, like for a Christmas present or a birthday present, I would have it forever, theory, until they would have swapped, and then I would have been fucked. And as a kid, I didn't know how to pirate because I'm stupid. So I just refused to use Adobe products in any capacity, and I would pirate them on principle because it is always ethically okay to pirate from Adobe. As the meme goes. Okay, let's go to add. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. There we go. So let's go. We got to make a new layer. New layer. Set this to additive. Also, I got a message. I want to check that out here in a minute. They should make that into a meme? Oh, should they? Should they make it into a meme? Yeah. 1 second, I'm checking a message. That's what that is. Okay. Not important. Never mind. Are you in the U.S.? Yeah, I am. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, here. Set that to edition. Actually, yeah, keep that on normal, and then set that to edition here, so that way it doesn't get saved permanently as a thing. Change that. Hold on, that's there we go. That doesn't feel right. Let me delete that. Try again. Whoa, now wrong layer. There we go. Let's increase the opacity on this to make it a bit better. I looked into the Adobe thing. It's more fucked than you thought. You know what? Let's use the warp tool. No warp to erase. Oh, I have it set to the wrong thing. Great. That's right. Man, I wish this had the same control settings as. And they'll beg you not to cancel as well. Just like Duolingo. I shouldn't compare the two. Let's set it to smudge. Maybe that'll be a bit better. Too much. All Adobe teaches is pain. They charge you to cancel it with a subscription. Man. Fuck Adobe, man. Christ. It was always ethically okay. Alright, let's save that. That looks fine on that screen. Sorry to cause seizures by doing that, but save that, export it. There we go. We'll come over here and reload it. There we go. There's something going on there. Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh no. I don't like it. Oh, that's the wrong one. And how do you put the pupil in? Well, is it just a texture? Yes. All right. So if you did not watch my tutorial series, this is, well, not series, tutorial video. Basically, they're being layered together through some bullshit that I'm gonna make you go watch the video because it's a good video and you put it in about a month and a half. You don't, it's just soulless. Yes. Okay, well. Alright, let's export that as 1. I haven't been active on social media at all, lol. I still need to fully watch that video. It was so good. Yeah, I don't blame anyone for not watching it. I don't optimize my content to be like, hey gamers, come check out my stuff. Come, gamer fuel. I don't fucking do that. It is an hour long, yes. But it does have chapters, so it's easier to follow at the least. Okay, so let's go with this. Where's texture painting? People.r. Reload. Oh, it's not exporting it. Hold on. There we go. People.r. It should reload now. Oh, that's right. It's people. That one. You know what? No, let's keep it at that scale. But we can always just do this. We can just... We'll set the UV location at 0.5. It's not the animation, it's recording something. There we go. I think that's appropriate. Yeah. Ow, my hair. Ah, shader, back, platonic. Man, what's going on? Okay, hold on. There's some things happening here. Let's go to the texture painter. Let's swap this back to the Wacom display. The mask is only for the white part of the eyes. Yeah, kinda. You know what? Let me explain that a little bit, just to give you an idea. Okay, so the way to break this down, so the pupil is layered kind of into the eye itself via a mask. And the way that works is it follows a little something. So it follows the value of the image itself. So if it's below a certain threshold, it will not appear on or above the eye. Also, if it's below a certain saturation value for the eye shader, the eye texture image, it will also show up over the pupil. So it's a little bit complicated, but basically, I think you have it correct. Been on the Blender tutorial binge lately. It's such a lovely community. Thank you. It's one of the communities of all time. Okay, so what we got going on here is I need to add alpha to this eye texture here because there are spots on it. And that's not good, so we need to add alpha. I have to do that on the correct image as well as the correct UV map, as I was doing nothing for that whole thing. That's neat. Okay, let's do that again. Wait for the Wacom display to catch up. There we go. Using a pen tablet for painting. Yes, I am. Check it out. Got a Wacom. Spent about 500 or something for that. Nothing too outrageous. So we're just gonna add some alpha transparency here. That should aid with that. Yeah, right in there near the bottom. That's where a lot of that fuckage was happening. think what the problem is there. Are you going to bake the eyes on? They're kind of already baked, I would say. At least I would say so. Although that being said, I think I should increase the resolution of this texture here. Let me resize this. Let's double the resolution. Yeah, that blurred the fuck out of it, unfortunately, but we're gonna have to make do and remedy that. Set that to this. Yeah, we're gonna have to sharpen that up. There we go. I tried to hold it in my mouth so I could flip it in my hands, but I ended up sticking it in my mouth. That was a accident. Okay, let me add alpha right in there. That is the wrong thing entirely. Yeah, like that. Does not like partial alpha, so if we just it would actually do it, that'd be cool. I think it's at about, you know what, let me just adjust my shading method here. If I could turn it off for a hot second. So it's based on a value threshold. I need to manipulate that. If I just set it to 0. Well, at that point, what's it really matter? Because that's not really. Yeah, at that point, like, what's the point? You just the greater than value does. Oh, I guess it does. That's right. It keeps it as a boolean. Okay, we'll keep it there. Not bad. Set that back to the Wacom display if I can. There we go. We'll just set that to multiply instead. Or no, set it to darken. Set this to mix. Kind of sharpen it up just a bit. Too much though, because it's hair. What do you think? Are the eyes too far apart? Yes. A little. Well, the good news is I can just do this. Go over here to this display. We'll just clear these out for now since they're not necessarily being used. That does feel a bit better. Hi, I want to offer a promotion to your channel viewers. Get the fuck out of here. How do I smite? How is that done? That. Fuck. Wait, chat settings. Chat appearance, dark mode, preferences. Fuck! I wish to smite. Smite! Where is it? Oh. Pin this message, reply. How do I smite? Mod view. Is that how I do it? Let me just. Can I just copy paste that in? Fucking Twitch, you piece of fuck. Ban! God, Twitch's UI sucks ass. Piece of shit. I think the shading on the underside of her nose is a bit much. Nice shot. Thank you. There we go. And then we'll just... Blur tool doesn't do fucking anything, I swear. Oh, dude. Yeah. It's very hard to see with this. That good? I think it's pretty decent in terms of face. And I think what? In terms of mouth shapes, I'd have to wait until after her model's done to do so. That needs to be sharpened up a bit more, I think. Eyes a little bit. Not that good there, so good. I.L. Alpha. There you go. That's sharpened up a bit. I just remembered, or just realized. Oh, thank you. I just realized that the outline of her eye isn't purely black. That's why it doesn't. The eye is kind of sitting on top of that. That needs to be fixed. Hold up. Shading. What is the value of this color? 0.43. So that anything below that should be pretty game, right? So then if we're in the pupil layer, What the fuck is going on with that? Is that... Is that alpha? What is that? I don't know what's happening there. It's not alpha, whatever it is. Not like that much. Well, good enough. Yeah, I also need to work on her hair because she looks like she's balding. Just the implication of having hair here kind of makes it not look that good, I feel. Also, well, I can't work on the ears because the character's done. Do that. But yeah. So, fortunately, wrong thing. So because of this, look, we set this to pupil. Have her look around and whatnot, but of course, because this is a mirror object, they're not offset from each other. So honestly, I didn't really pick the best time to do this, although arguably I could say I did pick it because when I'm done with this, I can just copy those two UV maps and I won't have to worry about it. But other than that, not that bad. Not fantastic. Can't believe I missed banning this. Can't believe I missed banning the guy. I don't know, someone clip it. Alright, let's go back to texture painting that and set this to Wacom. There we go. Set that to this. Let's get a bit of that color is and what's that? 1 second, wrong UV map. I got L UV map. Yeah. Being weird. There we go. We're gonna get that, and then I want. I think we'll keep it. Oh, too far. About right there. We'll save that. Maybe. Maybe we should imply like the islands. Maybe not with that color. shape better at least. Silhouette-wise, that's probably fine. I'm starting to get hungry. I might take a break here and go get something to eat. What that would be, I don't quite know. Let's get this set up to work with the UV map because I want it to be able to control the characters' eyes with the things. Alright, so let's turn this off. Did you also make the eye rig? Yes, I did. I also showed you how to make it, and I also showed how to be able to implement it into any character that you want. So let's go to the layout mode. Okay, settle pen down. Okay, so we are going to need. Okay, none of those are important. We're going to need a UV warp modifier. Yeah, I won't worry about it right now. Let's do I.L. Actually, no, I'm done. Pupil.L. I'll just duplicate what I'm done. Okay, so we want... Both of these are going to be for the armature. And then we want UV pupil base to UV pupil.L, I think. And that should offset somewhere. Unless I did it wrong. That's technically the bone. So that's UV pupil base, and that's UV pupil L. Did I use the wrong bone? I did. I did, in fact, use the wrong bone. Okay, so now we're going to need to offset this by a certain degree. Oh. It seems to be 0.5. Actually, that's not 0.5. There we go. And then I'll just finish going at it. Yep. There we go. 5.4. Got it. Cool. So now I can just take it and move it about. And if this wasn't a mirrored model, I would just be able to control the left eye, not the right eye. There's some dead zones in there that right there's also some problems with alpha, I bet. Object mode, texture paint mode, add alpha. It's the one areas that just setting. That should fix it. Herp eyes, yes. Unfortunately, yes. But I could show off that they would work under the right circumstances. So if we just went in here, applied the mirror modifier, we would also have to duplicate this modifier, and also this one. There we go. Go into shading. I think it should be fine. Maybe. So go into here. Set this to pupil.R. want to keep do a little bit more work than what I'm currently doing. No. Oh, piss! What did I do? Okay, well that's cool. That's also incorrect. So for whatever reason, those got saved into a thing that didn't need to be saved into. So we're just gonna reload them. That's cool. Bruh. That is not correct. No. Oh my god. Fucking no. Oh god, why? Everything is going wrong. Hey Falco, how's it going? Thank you for the follow. Everything is dying. Ah! Okay, textures, pupil states, that one, that was the thing that goes here. Fucking delete. Okay, copy, paste, that's the fucking eyes.1. Oh. Oh. Oh, everything just went to shit in a fucking minute. Christ. Okay, that's fine. Reload. Or reload, please. Thank you. Okay. That should be correct. Okay, that's correct. But now this is not correct. This needs to be fixed. So this goes to pupil.l, and this needs to be this one. And now it's fixed. Oh. Sweet Christ. Sweet Christ. I'm getting more messages. I need to check those. 1 second. Oh. That's an important message. I need to go remedy that real quick. Do you stretch every 30 minutes? No, I don't. I probably should, and I will just now momentarily. I will be right back. I gotta go do something real quick. Right back. I'm back. So basically what happened was, my mom drove by because we live in the same neighborhood, and she pointed out to me that my truck windows were down, and I don't know if it's gonna rain soon, but it's like going close to nighttime, and well, I don't want it to be A, cold in my truck in the morning, or B, stolen. I'd rather not have my truck stolen. That would be bad. So I had to go remedy that real quick. And while I was down there, I grabbed some blueberries. So I'm having a quick snack. I do not. Oh, there they are. Okay. For a second, I didn't know where my headphones were. I got them. The music seems to be rather loud, I think. I'm going to remedy that. There we go, it's a lot lower now. Okay, so what I was doing, everything should be saved now. Because before, oh, wrong thing. Okay. So the textures should be saved and they should be in the right position. I nearly lost like 30 minutes of work because I fucking saved something wrong. I would have had a fit. That would have not been good. But now, yeah, bring that. Now I want to get the hair going because I think that's going to be a very neat part of this work. But you know what? Yeah, we'll keep it in. We'll keep it mirrored for now. Actually, I think I have to take another quick break. Just 1 second. I'll be back in like a couple seconds. Had to mute myself real quick. You're right. I probably should hydrate. Yeah. A little bit of water and a little bit of coffee. Oh, there we go. I quite like the small following we got going on right now. 12 viewers. Nice. There we go. It's getting a little bit chilly. I think I'm gonna shut the window. As much as I like the fresh air and my magnolia tree right there as well, I think I'm ready to shut the window. I think my cats are content with the fresh air for now. So I think this is a little bit more that way. There we go. Yeah, my mic's on. Okay, for a second I thought I wasn't on. I was like, ah. Okay, so I think I think I'm ready to put this back over here, my Wacom tablet. There we go. Turn that off. Bring this forward. Oh! About knocked my everything off again. Yeah. Another thing that I need to do soon is I need to take my truck down. Me and my mom. Ah, fuck. We need to swap vehicles for the time being because I can never remember to get my oil changed, and she was gonna go get that remedied somewhere. I'm just a fucking idiot. She took it to Walmart the last time, and I was at Walmart earlier today. I just didn't do it. So it'd probably be easier to get that settled there. You can do the oil change yourself. I know it's not hard, but I don't wanna. I barely want to cook most of the time. Okay, so we have the strips of hair for this character. I'm gonna have to do some good thinking about how this is gonna work, because I can't really think the best way to handle this. Here's just one of those things where it's really weird. Okay, let's set this to maybe only wireframe for the time being. Visibility, not that. Viewport display. Wireframe. Well, that's not doing anything. All edges, name, axis, shadow, front, no. Oh, display as wire. There we go. What modifier do you use for the hair to curve like that? Yes, the subdivision surface modifier. As well as I'm using a bit of, what's it now? Hard edges, so that way it has some shape to it, because otherwise they would have nothing to them. They would just be kind of flat like that, so I'm making them sharp. Okay. So this edge needs to rip. There we go. Okay, set this to that. There we go. There we go, and there we go. Well, that's not good. Something's happening there that's like causing it to pinch. There we go. That fixed it. Yeah, it's. Sometimes it's a bit to wrestle with because it's not wanting to behave just so much. Sausages hanging there on there. Yeah. So I need to look at some references for this character's face, and I don't have the file open ready to look for it. You gonna jump up there, Munchie? Hold on. Yeah, let's get up there. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Oh, you want up here? There she goes. You bevel the vertex, yes. Cat wants some attention right now. How did I do that? Hold on, I think my camera's frozen. Console capture. Let me show you real quick. So to bevel a I'm muted? What the fuck? When did I get muted is the better question. Have I been muted this whole fucking time? Oh! Oh! Fuck. I bet my dumbass forgot to fucking unmute myself a couple minutes ago for whatever reason. I have no fucking idea when that happened, but man, fuck. Yeah, you need to do. All right, so to do that, you hold Control Shift B, and that it was only for 30 seconds. So. Well, that's good. Yeah, you just hit Control Shift B. I'll do that. And let me flip the outside. There we go. And smooth faces. There we go. After the cat left, it muted me. Okay, good. I'm not crazy then. Control Shift B. Yeah, now I gotta pull up references for the thing. Madotsuki. I think this version of Chihiro's hair would do pretty good. It's somewhere. Gimp, where are you? Bring out the Gimp. There it is. Yeah, see how sharp that is. Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'd have to do to get that to work is I'd take this. We are going to poke face. There we go. Bring that down. Oh, not like that. That. There we go. And then we'd have to subdivide that. Join that there. And mark sharp there. And then I think. Yeah, there you go. That's how it would be done. We're just gonna get them in place for the most part, and then we can work on actually. Oh man, this music's sad. Actually, upon listening to this music, I think it kind of sounds like. Which one is it? It's one of the Silent Hill songs. Is it True? Which one is it? No, it's Lisa's death from Silent Hill 1. That's what it is. That's what this one sounds like. It's kind of appropriate, all things considered, but kind of an oof all around, really. Ah. Okay, the hairline's way higher than that. Probably about like right there. Okay, yeah. This needs to go more against her head. Okay, so then in theory, what I would do is to continue from there was to kind of just take that and go that way. Yeah. But we're going to create the bangs first and continue instead. Yeah, we just continue this. Subdivide. We can just bring that out a bit. All right, whoa. Just smooth faces. Recalculate outside. There we go. That way. That down. Up. And da-da. Okay, maybe we can also pull up the other references here, like this one, because this one's actually the character we're trying to replicate. And there we go. Okay. At some point or another, I will have to continue and make some that reference, yeah. Okay. Let's grab those edges, subdivide them, then we can even add a little bit of curve to them that way. Pull them out a bit more. At some point here in a bit, what I'll probably do is I'll take this piece of hair, break it to being a little bit more complex, and had some certain ends twisting a certain way elsewhere instead. Make it a little bit more complex. Question: does the eye layer texture and such translate to game engines, or is it for Blender only? I don't think you can export the animation to outside of Blender. I don't think so. There's one quick way for me to test that at least. So if I, let's not even do it on this one. Let's go to, I think this one has the animation. Oh dear, did it crash? No, I don't think so. Here it is. Okay, so this is the one with the expression demo and whatnot. If I just take this character and I export it, using some bullshit, I think this is the one that I would have used. Let's just make this test, whatever, and then we'll call this test or whatever. We'll export it. This is exporting using, yeah, we only want the deformed bones, and we're gonna bake all actions, or hopefully all actions, so hopefully the animation actually exports. That's kind of not what I'm looking for. So ideally that exported. If I go into import, if I go up, test, we have the file now. OBS seems to be having a normal one. So we'll go over to this, don't save. Let's get that fucking shit out of the way. Fuck! It closed everything, man. Okay. Okay, now if we import an FBX, test this should import the rig, and it does. And does this have bone properties? It does not. So that would tell me that you cannot export this from... You cannot export this to Unity, as I understand it. You would have to build the system in Unity itself, because that's where you would make the animations. Well, that's where the animations would be made, because that would be the animations where they blink and whatnot. I definitely know that you would not probably be able to do dynamic shit like that. But fortunately for me, I don't have to worry about that because I don't game dev. I am not a game dev. People seem to think so, but it is incorrect. All right, bring that down, scale that to 0. Subdivide that, make that. Wait. There we go. Smooth faces. Calculate outside. And that needs to be set to clip. Again. Let's turn clipping off again for the time being. Whoopsies. All right, subdivide. There we go. Turn clipping back on. I want to make this rounded. Feels better. All of it's laying kind of flat at the moment, which is not the way that I would like it to be, honestly. I would like it to be more... Bah. But that's just how it is at the moment. A lot of details will have to be painted on. We also need to add some... let's do it like this. In theory, I should just be able to... I don't think that needs to be subdivided. There we go. That adds some volume to it. There we go. Gives a little bit more shape to her hair. And smooth faces. There we go. Got that going back again. And that is... Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna need to shape that up a bit. When it comes to actually unmirror this, we'll add some more chaos to it. Like I'll sweep some of this like that way. Like for instance, like sweep some of that way, then maybe pull some of this back that way. But for now, we're just gonna keep it mirrored for simplicity's sake. And it would seem that I cannot continue to there it went. Okay. I got it. It's getting late, even though I don't really... Yeah. It's been about 2 hours. I might get off myself. Hi, Blaze Plots. How's it going? I probably would need to... Oh, yeah. So if I was going to do that, all of those need to be deselected, and then that would start to go up like that. Oh, Christ. Yeah, we could start going towards that way. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not ready to tackle this any further. You keep me interested in it, and if I ever want to open up, start following my dream, which is to make a game, you're going to be the one of the people that should thank you for being the one doing your thing. Always take care. You too, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so the hair is nowhere close to being done. Hair is a fucking nightmare that I struggle to grasp. I'll be able to get it better at some point or another, but now it's not that time. As of right now, it's going on 2 hours. I'm hungry, and I actually have to go do a thing. I might be back, considering I did drink coffee earlier. I'll probably be up for a good while longer, but as of right now, I have to take like a decently sized break that would not be justified in just putting up a BRB. So I might be back later. I'm surprised how many people are actually here. 10 people, more than 10 people is a lot for me. But yeah, I will be going now. So there we go. I appreciate everyone showing up. Is there anyone I can raid? Can I raid someone? Hold on, let me pull that up. Swap this over to this capture. There we go. We can have an infinity loop here in a second. How do I raid? That's active mods. I don't know how to do the thing. Let's go to Twitch TV and see if I can find someone. See who's available. No one, as it turns out. No. No one's available. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. You wanna watch some hot tub streams? No. I have no idea. Maybe let's just check 3D modeling as a thing. Let's see what shows up. 3D modeling. That's a channel. That's category. Top 3D model. What? No. 3D modeling Pokemon. So someone's doing chair work. Actually, no. Let's do Blender. See what happens. And someone's doing that. Amaranth. Blender.org. Cooking. We got jack shit. Maybe, yeah, art. Maybe art would do. Let's just try art category. See what comes up. There's that. Like no one right off, I feel. So that just like hits my peak interest. You know what I mean? That's pretty neat. I don't really like VTubers, so I don't really like to. Ugh. A lot of art is typically in a 2D medium. It's a shame that nothing like. Well, there's some of that. Someone's doing a comic, 2D. I can't pick. There's too many options. Fuck. I can't pick. I literally cannot pick a fucking person to raid. I feel fucking... I'm just sort of glazed over trying to fucking look this to see if anyone I've... Does anyone got any recommendations or like know any streamers that are like... I got nothing. Just shoot. Is Nora on? I doubt it. Actually, Nora would be over here. Yeah, hey Nora, Nora is off the line. I wish I had a bigger... I wish I had more fucking, like, StreamYard mutuals, man. I ain't got no one. What the fuck? I mean, that's my own fault. I fucking suck ass at fucking... Oh, dude, we got some fucking Wario art? Oh, there we go. How do I rate this motherfucker? Is this Portuguese? No, Latin American. No, Spanish. Okay. How do I raid? I have no idea how the fuck this works. I think I do it from my channel, I think. Hold up. It's mod view, highlight chat, turn on shield mode. Raid, and then I do their name. God, why is this so ass? It's such an awful system. There we go. I'm getting it working. 9 viewers ready to raid. Yeah, there you go. Bam. There we go. I think I did the thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, so... The entire screen went red. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.